Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Tuesday the 23rd of January 2018. I'm Darren Sinden and you can follow me throughout the day on Twitter by using @ds_Pepperstone. Right, let's take a look at overnight changes and the price moves to be aware of. Relatively quiet session overnight. I will just flag a couple of points. Cable trading with a 139 handle, 139.83. It was trading shortly before we recorded the video, up around 4.57% on the month to date there for the UK currency against the dollar. The Aussie dollar giving a little bit of ground back overnight against the US version, down around 0.3% the Aussie there against the greenback. The dollar itself, as measured by dollar index, trading at 90.36 this morning, down from the 90.60 level we started the week at yesterday. Meanwhile, the dollar has rebounded slightly against the South African rand, gaining back around 0.31% overnight. Of course, the South African rand has had an impressive start to 2018, and the dollar just perhaps gaining a little bit more of a surer footing there against that South African political backdrop. Right, what's on the calendar? Events that may move the markets today. A couple of ongoing things to draw to your attention. First of all, a meeting of European finance ministers is ongoing today, alongside the kick-off, the start, if you will, of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. In terms of data, we've already heard from the Bank of Japan around 3:15 this morning. We had an interest rate decision, a monetary policy statement from the bank, and we'll look at that in a bit more detail momentarily. To come at 9:30, public sector net borrowing, the state of the UK government's finances for December, will be released. At 10 o'clock, we will have the influential ZEW survey, current situation and economic sentiment data for January out of Germany, accompanied by economic sentiment data for January for the whole of the Eurozone. At 11 AM GMT, CBI Industrial Trends Survey around orders for January from the UK, and we switch to the States at 13:55 GMT for the Red Book Index for January, looking out to January 2019. Back to the present at 1500 GMT for the Richmond Fed Manufacturing Survey, one of the regional Fed economic activity indices there. And at the same time, we'll also get European consumer confidence data in January from the Eurozone. And to finish the day at 23:50, we're back to Japan for trade balance data for December out of the country. Right, breaking news and comment then that's caught my eye overnight. And first of all, the Bank of Japan has kept interest rates on hold and has said that it will continue with QQE, or quantitative easing, for as long as it takes to get inflation to that key 2% target. The bank has forecast core consumer prices ex energy at 1.4% for 2018, 1.8% in 2019, and is aiming for that 2% level by the end of the fiscal year 2019. Talk of early tightening and an end to QQE looks to have been premature then earlier this month. South Korea looks to respond in kind to new US tariffs on imports of washing machines and solar panels and other goods, and the shares of manufacturer of both of those, LG Group, fell by 4% on news of the US trade measures in Seoul. Moving back to the States, US lawmakers have agreed a package to allow the US government to open for business once more, but this looks to be just a temporary measure, and no doubt we'll be hearing more about the debt ceiling and the government finances in due course. Right, food for thought, something to take away with you into the trading day. And as the World Economic Forum in Davos officially kicks off today, it seems appropriate to look at who's growing and who's slowing on the international stage even, can hardly say that. The chart opposite plots 2018 GDP forecast for nation states, and we can see laggards here on the left and the best performers out on the right. Interesting to note items such as the relative under and over performance of Iran and Saudi Arabia, and unsurprising perhaps to see some problem states like Venezuela and North Korea on the list of woeful underperformers. Right, risk warning time. Please take a moment to read the risk warning. Trading foreign exchange and CFDs on margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about those risks and or the suitability of those products for you, then please do contact your Pepperstone account representative.